Hello and welcome to another Sort of Crackers. I'm Eric and I'm here with Liam Wilson, and today we're going to try some bourbons, guys.
No way.
But Lee has set this one up because Lee is so good to us. The question that we have to ask is, do things get better with age? You know, we've set up a podcast here for guys who are past the half-century mark, and our thesis is, you know, sometimes the older you get, the better you get, the more wisdom, the more rich history you bring to the story, and bourbon can be maybe the same way. So this is a bit of a test around, a blind test around some bourbons that have different ages. Similar mash bills, same mash bills, but different ages, right? Lee, tell us a little bit more about what
that is
what
exactly right. So we have a single distillery, we have the same mash bill, and we have the same proof, but we have different ages. So let's taste it and test ourselves. Do things get better with age? Does bourbon get better with age?
And we're gonna get the scoring sheets out.
I definitely want you to score it. I also want you to, while we're scoring this, I want you to think about it too as you're looking at this. You know, tell me if you think you can actually pick the mash bill.
Oh, now
and or the proof.
I asked this earlier, but I want to make sure I understand. You did not put these in the order of their age. We're not going youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest. So they're randomized.
These are random.
Okay. But they're, again, same mash bill.
Same distillery,
proof.
same proof.
That's cool. Okay.
All right.
Just different ages.
Everybody, look at number one. Tell me what you think.
Nose time.
Okay. Good nose.
Very good
I
nose.
like the nose. Does it smell the same as when you poured it down the sink?
It's even better. Even better.
Good.
I may have had a party foul, folks.
That's nice. I like it. All right. So that to me was that was a nice nose, good mid palate.
It's a very good mid palate.
Nice. Yeah. Finish is not long, but it's nice. So let me give you a little bit of background as we go through these. I want you to keep going and tasting. But this brand goes back to 1870s.
That is interesting.
Okay? Yeah, I'll tell you that. And they also have a very unique bottle, which I will show you in a little bit.
I love a good unique bottle.
Yeah. So very, very cool.
Okay.
These are stored in the rick house that is typically on level 5 out of, 5 out of 8 floors. So
kind of in the middle.
There in the middle.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a second while y'all are going through and you're nosing and tasting on the number 1, 2, and 3. So
when you want us to keep going.
Yeah, y'all keep going and just keep nosing and thinking. So when you store, typically when you store bourbon barrels on the top of the rick house, they tend to get higher in proof and they take on a little more bold.
That's where the heat accumulates at the top, just like your attic in the house.
That is correct. And the ones in the lower to mid tiers tend to have more ventilation and more airflow, and they don't mature quite as fast because they don't have quite as much change. The bottom of the rick house, you know, the temperature is not going to get that high. It might actually stay relatively the same throughout the year. And then, you know, the mid levels are going to get, you know, kind of a nice, even, balanced, you know, heat and cool. So the other thing I'll tell you is that this is a char level 3 on the barrels.
What does that even mean?
So char levels are 1, 2, 3. So
okay, so lots of
and 4 would be like the alligator char, like super. When they char the barrels, what they do is they the longer they leave it on there, the deeper the char, the deeper the. So
three is a pretty dark barrel.
Three is the mid,
some carbon in there.
Yeah, it's the mid in there, so that should tell you that you get some good filtration, good characteristics of what's going on. So.
Okay, so Liam Wilson, I've got a question. As we think about age, because again, we love the bourbons that put their age statement on there. We typically want to skew on the higher end, right? The 9 to 12 year. But is it possible for a bourbon to age too long?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about that, because I think Pappy has a 23, I think. Yeah, 23 year, which they have obviously aged to perfection. But what is the downside of something that's been in the barrel too long?
Well, I think it all depends on your palate. Some people really love the tannins
In that barrel.
you can get, and I think the older you get,
It can get really oaky.
You can get very oaky,
Yeah.
and that would create more tannins, which could, be, I don't want to say astringent in your mouth, but it does it kind of makes it a little bitter. So the back part of your palate and your tongue could draw up a little bit when you're tasting it. So
This is very
and
difficult.
it might lose its balance.
Yeah.
It might lose the balance of the bourbon.
It is. People, we love to talk about older bourbons, and certainly there's value in aging. It changes its characteristics, but absolutely that barrel. You don't want. I personally don't want the barrel to take over. I still want to taste the juice.
Well, yes, but I mean, I think that's where most of the bourbon, most of the magic, you'll hear people argue that the barrel is where the magic of making bourbon really is.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Otherwise, you're drinking White Dog. The
White
pure
Dog is
stuff.
what it goes in, and then and after it's spent some time in the barrel and it
takes on
expands and contracts, it takes on the characteristics of the barrel and where that wood came from.
Yeah. And this is a perfect. We're literally drinking the same White Dog. Everything that we're drinking went into the barrel at the same set, and then it's
just
set
aged
in there,
different,
set
right,
in
Lee?
there longer.
That's correct. There's 3 different ages on each of these bottles.
And I say that
difficult.
because I have rated all 3, and you could have told me these are 3 completely different bourbons, and I would have believed you.
Yeah.
That's the power of the age and the power of the barrel.
They are all 3 different.
Yeah,
So
that's very different.
that being said, rank them 1, 2, and 3.
Hold on, let me finish my scores.
This is hard.
You always say that.
Well, I mean, they're all very good.
You always say that, pal.
I mean, just you don't have to give me your score right now, but just
No,
tell me what you think. Do you like 1, 2, or 3 better?
I prefer 1,
Okay.
and if I had to guess, it's probably not the oldest of the 3. Because again, I am one who I like a little oak and a little tannin, but I don't like that heavy push. I like to feel. I like to taste the grain and the spirit as it was intended to be shared.
Okay.
So I feel like if I had to guess, 1, it may not be the youngest, but it's probably not the oldest.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
We got a 1 over here. Wilson, what are you thinking? 1, 2, or 3?
I think I like 3 the best.
Wow.
They're all very good, though.
I also like 3.
And I would say they're
Yeah.
I think 3 is my favorite. But what is it that you like best about 3?
I think the nose is really good,
Yeah.
and I think the finish is good from beginning to end.
Okay. All right. So it's balanced.
Yes, very balanced.
All right. I think that sometimes it matters on mash bill too. So, your wheaters, the ones that are wheated, you want them to age a little longer. They tend to not bloom until they get to that
I like that.
5, 6, 7
They don't bloom.
year old is when they really start to shine. And then the ones that are rye, they can shine at 4 years. They can be really good at 4 years, and then a rye can really, a straight rye could totally, be younger, and it could really do well. So
It's something to think again.
we've got you chose 1 for your first, and then Wilson chose 3, and I chose 3.
And for the record,
what's your number 2?
3 is my number 2.
3 is your number 2, Wilson.
I think number 2 is my number.
Number 2 is your number 2. All right,
And
I'm going to go with my 1.
Your 1
for number 2. So now the big reveal.
Okay.
You guys have been drinking Old Fitzgerald.
Old Fitz.
And they're all 100 proof.
They're all 100
That's
proof.
right in the wheelhouse.
The mash bill is 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley.
They're all wheaters.
They're
They are
heavy
all wheaters. So they have been around since 1870s. And
This Heaven Hill, right?
Heaven Hill is the distillery where these came from.
Way to go, guys.
They are all in this somewhat of a decanter.
They're cool bottles for
They
sure.
are cool bottles. So the first one you had was a 7-year.
Yep.
Okay, so it is the youngest.
Yep.
The second one you had was an 11-year, and the third was the 9.
Wow.
So you should have been able to pick up on the 11-year, the oaky.
The oak. And again, that was my least. They were all great, but that was my least favorite because I like to taste more of the actual juice, and whereas the oak doing its thing. But I totally there's not a bad rating in the bunch. Now, the one thing I didn't rate was value. So give us an idea of MSRP so we can rate that.
Well, sure. I'd be happy to. So MSRP. So on the 7-year, you're looking at $59.99. On the 9-year, you're looking at $129.99, and on the 11-year, you're looking at $155.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so again,
and I will tell you, good luck if you can find them at that price.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I will tell you that it's hard to find the 9 and the 11. And then also I will tell you that it's going to be hard to find the 9 and 11 on a regular basis. You should be able to find the 7. It's becoming a shelf item at this point. They came out with it earlier this year. Was the first time that they distilled that, or not distilled it. The first time they released that was this year, and it should be on your shelves pretty regularly now. So you should be able to find that at most stores.
Old Fitzgerald. I'm just filling up my.
Yeah. So when I got these, I talked to the owner of the store, and he said that he had 2 or 3 of these 11 years that were delivered. So
was this? Can you say the store corks, right?
Sure.
I know you will.
I can say corks. Shout out to Greg.
Yeah.
Thank you for always being able to sell lots of good bourbon.
We talked a little bit about this on the Blue Note episode, but we are kind of blessed. In Memphis, in the Mid-South, we get access to some pretty amazing stuff that in other areas of the country are just, I know this is hard to get. I don't want to take away from that, but things that are hard to get in other parts of the country, we can at least have a connection and get to it. And that's a great thing as somebody who enjoys bourbon.
No doubt. And so I think as you go out and you taste things, I think the Old Fitzgerald 7-year is something you want to try. I mean, if the price point is right for you, and you should definitely give it a try. It's a fantastic, neat bourbon. Heaven Hill's done a good job with that, and that is their weeder.
I'm a fan
of
all 3.
If you'll flash back to another time where we did a bottle and bond challenge, where we did Heaven Hill bottle and bond, where the Old Fitzgerald was the weeder of the group. The rest of those had a rye in their mash bill.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, and I think if I remember right, it ranked right there in number 2, number 1, number 2. I think Henry McKenna was number 1. We all ranked that number 1. I think most of us ranked the Old Fitz as number 2 or 3 out of the 4 that we tasted on that.
Good memory. Well, I feel a little bit better about what I dumped in the sink. That wasn't.
I don't feel good about it at all.
A little better. I didn't say good. I said a little better.
It's okay.
Okay.
I just expect
We won't do that again. That was my fault.
It's all right.
I was in cleanup mode, Lee. I'm always tidying up.
My Venmo. You've got my Venmo. You got my Venmo. We'll work it out.
I'll buy you a nice dinner tonight at the St. Columba Feast. How about
Fantastic. Why don't you do that? Hey,
I'm ranking.
By the way, and I know this episode will come out.
Concentrating on ranking.
This episode will come out after the fact, but we tonight at the Feast of St. Columba, our big fundraiser that Wilson and I are on the board.
St. Columba is a camp for.
It's basically it's a part of the Episcopal Church, but it's a camp for everybody. It's a camp and retreat center. It's a wonderful place to come and just if you want to have a family.
It can be enjoyed by young
together.
and old.
Yep. The mud camp during the summer is a great place to send your kids. But
they've got a ropes course. They've got
a lake, a mudslide. It's so much fun.
Houses to stay in with a kitchen and grill and fireplace. All of that.
It's beautiful. And it's right here in Memphis, or in Bartlett, technically. But one of the auction items that I talk my friends into is we are doing a dinner with the assorted crackers. And so whoever bids on this and wins it, we will come to your house and we will cook a really nice dinner. We've talked a lot about our favorite dishes, and we'll also do a bourbon tasting out of Lee's private selection. We're going to go out and get into Lee's collection there and put some single barrels in front of you and let you try that. So again, by the time we release this episode, somebody will have bought that, but we're looking forward to it. Hopefully it's one of our listeners.
And you know what? Next year, you might get an advertisement early if we do this again and it's successful.
Yeah.
And you want us to cook for you and do a bourbon tasting, you'll come and you'll bid high.
I'm excited.
It's going to be fun. What are we going for tonight, you think?
I mean,
$3,000?
At least, right? Come on, folks.
Well, it's $1,000 a person, I would think. So that's like 5.
Yeah. So we're
gonna. Bill counts as 2 people.
I'm gonna do
because he's that strong.
I'm gonna do a gumbo. I'm gonna do one of my seafood gumbos. Wilson's gonna do his brisket. Obviously, Lee's gonna bring his bourbons.
I'm gonna do some bourbon.
We might even have to do some duck poppers.
We can throw some duck poppers into the mix, and then Bill put together a side.
Peppers, ambrosia.
No. It is
Aspic.
It's fancy, man. It's fancy stuff. Susan's going to make a homemade cheesecake, which is one of her classics. And Kristen's, what?
I'm going to make Kristen's blueberry compote.
Oh.
Blueberry compote.
Blueberry compote? You're going to do that?
To go on the cheesecake, yes.
What a good, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. We love St. Columba. All right.
So if you didn't know it, we're getting out there in the public, guys.
We're doing some stuff.
We're doing some stuff. We're doing live podcasting. We're doing fun things.
Well, if you want to really like check out our reels and our pictures, you go to Instagram.
Yeah.
At
Three
the number
Assorted
3 Assorted Crackers.
That's right.
But we're also dropping reels and shorts on YouTube. Now.
That's right.
That's
YouTube is the big animal.
That's right.
We're on it.
We're on YouTube.
The
Check
big
out
animal.
Our YouTube channel is 3 Assorted Crackers, all together, contiguous. And that is the number 3 Assorted Crackers. You can also email us at 3assortedcrackers@gmail.com. We'd love some suggestions. We have been responsive to the people who have suggested that we do things and cover topics. So please make sure you reach out to us and let us know what you want to hear, because
Yeah,
We
or
want to talk about it.
if there's a guest that you would suggest that we try to bring in
For
and you
sure.
can make the hookup, let's get that happening.
we'd love to meet new people. We'd love to try new flavors. And if you got a bourbon or a cocktail you want us to try, we'd love that too. So
We've had fun with this. Now, one of the things, this isn't technically a cocktail quickie, but we do always like to, we've covered these 3 blinds really quickly, and I've enjoyed this. Again, I think something we've learned is, yes, aged bourbons completely changes the characteristics. And so, as you say all the time, Lee, try things, see what works, find your wheelhouse. We're all different here. And I
absolutely.
think we've just proven that. But one of the things that we'd like to do is just bring in a conversation starter just to kind of stir the interest, stir the conversation. And Bill proposed this. And this is, as Wilson always said, this is going to be hard. If there is one sense that you did without, that you could do without, that you could give up, what would it be?
I think hearing.
You'd give up hearing. So you would preserve your eyesight, you would preserve your taste,
And my feel.
and your sense of smell.
And my smell.
You got to smell.
Yeah, smell, feel. And I think
like a true bourbon guy.
well, I mean,
You can get through bourbon without your
To
ears.
be honest, I really don't want to lose anything, and thankful that I'm blessed to not have.
That's
to
why
do
this
that.
is
But
hard. That's why this is
if you're
hard.
going to throw me into this, man, it'd be tough. But then again, I can think about all the things I don't have to listen to.
Amen to that. There are things that come into our ears that we live to
Commentators during a football game.
I mean, yeah. Oh my gosh, don't get me started.
I would have to go along with you on that one.
hearing.
Yes, because as I love to duck hunt,
Yeah.
it would kill me not to be able to watch the ducks do their thing
Right.
and be able to see
But
the people with me's reaction.
but Wilson,
be able to watch.
if you gave up your hearing, you couldn't hear them quacking back at you when you're calling them. How would you know if you're calling right?
Well, that's a good point. But
Yeah.
I still think, I mean, just being able to see the beauty of the world
Yeah.
and what's going on around me.
Sure.
I mean, without your hearing, you can still communicate. You can sign. You can do all of those things.
Of course. Of course.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be boring, but I'm in the same boat, guys. I mean, there's no sense that I could do without. But I know Bill's like, boo, come on, have some controversy. But I thought about, I will say the one thing that typically comes into this conversation when you tee this up is sense of smell. A lot of people are like, I could do without the sense of smell. I will say your memories are triggered by smells.
Oh yeah.
Your memories are triggered by smell. And so, yes, as bourbon drinkers, we got to have that nose to bring in those flavors and allow that palate to bring it together. But
And feel.
It's not just that feel. Well, sure. But
But when you're cooking or you've got a fire going outside,
gotta smell it.
The smell is, when you walk outside and somebody's got a fire going, you just know it. And that smell is just...
Well, we just got done telling stories of our favorite hunting and fishing stories. And I can tell you, every story that I told, I can relate the smell that was in the air. And there's just something like in fall, the air is just filled with those leaves and just a touch of mildew. And it's just powerful and beautiful. And
You like mildew? Yeah.
I do. A little bit of mildew helps. It makes life easy. But anyway, yeah, you got to get Mary Catherine out there with her candy corn to rake your leaves so you don't have to smell.
I do. Well, mildew's tough, brother.
But
mold.
Anyway, and yes, clearly eyesight, it's just hard to imagine. Obviously, there are plenty of people walking this earth with that eyesight, and they figured that out. I just can't imagine trying to figure out not being able to watch the sunrise, not being able to see the flowers bloom, and it's just that's tough.
I appreciate things I get to see.
Yeah.
But you hear if someone cannot see, but then there are all their other senses.
Well, I'm expecting if I
Take
lose my
off,
hearing,
they amplify.
if I lose my hearing, I'm expecting to go double down on all the others.
Yeah.
And maybe even come up with a spidey sense.
your spidey senses are tingling.
Yeah. I want some intuition.
I think you got a little of that.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you got a little of that.
I'm working on it.
This is a tough one, Bill. I'm just, again, obviously there's a reason that God possessed us with all these senses, and when they all work together, it's just kind of amazing. But
Very true.
But there are plenty of people who don't have them all, and it's a good challenge to think about what would we do. But
Well, it's nice. Bill always throws out a good question for us, like the awkward first dates and
Bill says, I would choose the sense of self-respect. Oh, man, that's kind of sad.
Is that a sense?
That's a little
Is
bit
that a sense or is that just
We're making up senses now.
Bill's a Billism?
I think that's common sense.
Because I would say, if nothing else, we've proven that things do get better with age. And I think that's an important message, both for our listeners and ourselves and for our whiskey distillers. Keep them in the barrel longer, guys. Keep them in the barrel
But
longer.
not too long if you don't like the oak.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked the 9 over the 11 this time.
I did
Yeah.
too. I
Yeah,
thought the
yeah.
9
Really
was
think. So-
out of the 3, the 9 was the best.
So save some money on if you don't want that oaky. I mean, again, we talked about it in the past. If you need to know, you need to learn your own palate. What do you like and not like? Everybody is different, and it's okay to like something that somebody else doesn't. But know what you like, and then focus on that.
And
Find-
don't make fun of your friends who have a different palate than you.
Absolutely. If you like it lighter, then it's okay. You should be able to have lighter bourbon. I mean, everybody that likes 90 proof should take that and do that.
Yeah.
Just don't invite Lee over.
It's all right.
No, you can
He'll
invite me
drink- he'll
over.
drink your bourbon.
I'll drink your 90 proof. I mean, I got no problem with Eagle Rare.
Oh, God, no problem.
Yeah, I love it. It brings
I
back
love it.
memories like nobody's business.
We'll talk. We need to find some of that Eagle Rare 12.
I'd love to taste that.
Have you had that yet?
I have not had that yet.
I would love to find that.
And then at the auction the other night, or the drawing the other night, there was a Eagle Rare 20. Was that right? Was it
Very
a 20?
rare Eagle Rare
Yeah, that'd
Very
be the
rare.
very, very rare.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember what
We
it
went
went
for
for.
30.
Eagle Rare 17 is the
36.
regular. Yeah,
Oh, that's
and then
crazy.
they have the very,
So if anybody wants
like
to,
a Waterford top. Almost.
it was
an
it was
eagle on it?
It was lovely. It was lovely, like a crystal eagle.
It's not $3,600 worth. Lovely though.
No.
The juice is not worth the squeeze.
Well, I don't know. I haven't tried it,
I will tell you, I'm not going to spend $3,600.
but I'm going to try it if you have some.
Well, if I bring it, I'm sure you would.
All right,
Do you
guys.
open a bottle? I mean, do you open that if you spend $3,600 on it?
I mean, I'll honestly,
Good question.
I open every bottle, so I don't know.
Now, seriously, what do you do with a $2,000 to $3,000 bottle?
I try all the bottles that I buy.
Okay. That is the point.
I mean,
but-
if I get to a point, if I try a bottle and I have an extra behind it, then I would sell that if I didn't like it, or give it as a gift. I mean, that is, I don't. I think bourbon is for tasting, and I think bourbon is for sharing and for being with friends and
Well, this is what we
memories
do
and-
every time we do this.
Well,
we
it
share
is.
our
It's
bourbon.
it's what we do all the time, and I think that it just is special.
It is. It's so special.
Oh, and 90% of the time it's Lee's sharing his bourbons.
Well-
we might need to, Wilson, you and I need to step it up.
I'm not worried about that at all. And my wife would appreciate us thinning out my cabinet.
Very good, guys. All right, this has been fun. Again, I think we've proven that definitely things can sit in the barrel and age a little bit, and it definitely improves. And so I hope that relays to your life. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Wilson, close us out, please.
Always be willing to try new flavors.
And
don't go stale.
don't go stale, guys. Come on. That was fun, except when I poured it in the sink. Golly.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
It smelled good when I poured it in the sink.
Nothing like sending Weller 12 down the drain.
You're not mad, are you,
He
Lee?
put a number 1 down the sink.
Won't be my first time.